Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi series watch-along reaction big title. That's exactly what this is. It's a full watch-along reaction to Episode 5 of the Kenobi series, and I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Episode 4 was not what I was expecting. I enjoyed it, but it was not what I was expecting. Obviously, if you watched that watch-along reaction with me and saw my sort of speculations and what we were talking about at the beginning of the episode before we watched the show, I was talking about how I thought it would be a bit of a quieter episode, like a little brief pause in the story in the middle to kind of recollect before we went and rescued Leia, maybe some Qui-Gon, maybe some, all that kind of stuff. I went into that to see, this is kind of how I felt like it might go. And a lot of people were also expecting similar things. I saw a lot of it. Instead, we went straight in, rescued Leia, Fortress Inquisitorius, Reva torturing, interrogating, a child in like a cartoonishly villainous way. It's very interesting. Reva is very strange in that way. I'm really curious to see how Reva's character is going to continue over this episode and the next one, because it's just very strange. Let's torture this child. Because are we the bad guys or are we the good guys? It's sort of those things. It's that unfortunate thing where it's like, so I really like those compelling villains that you get when, they feel very, very justified. They feel like they're doing the right thing. Ultimately, it's very misguided, sort of thing. But it's really interesting with the Empire in Star Wars that you have this point where you've got stormtroopers tying up a 10-year-old child to a dimly lit red torture room, and Reva going, "You brought this on yourself," and there's no point where there's a bit of, what are we doing right now? Yeah, it was really cool. Highlights of episode 4 was really cool to see Obi-Wan coming back into some of his previous Jedi forms and training, like going up against the stormtroopers, and there's like that very brief hint when he goes back to, after he's killed an enemy, like spins the saber around and assumes a stance quickly before going, "Oh, Leia, how are you?" All that kind of stuff. That was really, really cool to see, because it just echoes, like slight echoes back to how he was in episode 3. So it was really cool for him to go through that and having his, like, using the Force again, like controlling the waves, all that kind of stuff. I think ultimately, though, the episode was really silly. There's just things in it that were just kind of laughable. That Tala smacks a stormtrooper in the face and it stuns that trooper for long enough for her to take on the other trooper and shoot him and then shoot that trooper, and it was just really strange. Like, the armor is not that bad. Like, this isn't like season 1 of Star Wars Rebels, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the Kenobi live action series. You can't slap a stormtrooper helmet and have them go, "Oh!" It was just silly. It felt like this episode was really hard for them to like write or construct a narrative on how can they successfully pull off an infiltration to the Fortress Inquisitorius and do it well. It was, like Tala being at the computer desk being like, "All right, Obi-Wan Kenobi secret infiltration man, there's a bunch of people at desks right next to me, but they can't hear me." It's just a lot of weird kind of placements and everything. It was just a strange episode where there's just a lot of eyebrow raise moments where it's like, oh, okay, interesting. Really liked the tomb as well, when Obi-Wan's walking through that with all of the sealed, we saw Master Sunube as well at the beginning, and like the youngling and all of that kind of stuff was really cool. It was great to see the Fortress Inquisitorius in live action. It looks amazing. The lighting underwater was awesome. Rest in peace, Wade, best character in Star Wars. I can't believe he's gone too soon. Didn't get a chance to really shine, but so important to the Star Wars canon. But yeah, we're not gonna ramble and rant too much on episode 4, because it's kind of like, everything, people are sharing kind of similar sentiments where it's not. I don't hate this at all. Like you watch my reaction to it, my discussions to it. I processed it and I was like, I'm enjoying this show, but we are at episode 5 out of 6 now, and it's just kind of like stressful. It's just like I hope that this episode and the finale are just balls to the wall, 10 out of 10s. I really hope that we get some good stuff in here, because funnily enough, it was really interesting with like the Book of Boba Fett, that like I enjoyed the show overall. I have a lot to say about it, of course, both positive and negative, but that series was really funny because there were some clear episodes that were just the big shining diamonds in that series, and they were unfortunately ones that didn't even have to do with Boba. So maybe we'll have some similar stuff take place here, where like part 5 and 6 might be riding it home and really bringing this story that they're wanting to tell full circle. I hope this is not the only series we get of Kenobi. To be honest, I would love a second chance for them to do a second season and to really hone in and focus on things. Because what's actually really interesting is Mandalorian excluded from this statement. Star Wars struggles to do first seasons. Star Wars really struggles to do a first season of a show for some reason. Star Wars Rebels, Clone Wars, just season 1 is always hard for people to get through, and it's always the hardest selling point when you're like, please get into Star Wars Rebels or Clone Wars, and like, but this I'm starting it and it sucks, and you just have to, and then they get to season 2 or they get to season 3, season 2 of Rebels, and then to season 3 of Clone Wars is when those shows really come into their own and pick up, because they start finding their footing. But they always stumble a bit at the beginning. It's very interesting. I think season 1 of Bad Batch is also quite like that as well. But The Mandalorian's not like that. I feel pretty confident in Andor that it won't be like that. But Kenobi is doing a bit of it, where it doesn't feel very focused on, I think, the story that everyone was expecting. And that's the thing, expectations. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Expectations have to be high for a show like this. It's kind of impossible not to. It's the return of Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen to Star Wars, which is spectacular. Like, that's a huge milestone. Like, they've been nothing short of spectacular, as we'd expect. But it's just this situation where we're getting a lot of focus on Reva, which I think is something that I think is just kind of taken everyone by surprise. Is everyone was expecting a bit more of a focus on what Kenobi was up to and what he was doing, a relationship with Vader and that coming in, because it's been billed as like the rematch of the century, which I think we're building up to. But we're really focusing very, very heavily on one particular Inquisitor, and the other ones that are showing up are kind of just like in the background. Instead of just having the Inquisitors be there, be around, be background characters, one of them is a main character of the show. So it's a really interesting choice, in my opinion, for them to do that, because while I don't think her character is bad at all, and there's some good moments in there, and I'm really curious about her character, I think episode 4 was very cartoony villainy. Cartoonish. Let's make those tears real. You know what I mean? So I want to see where that's going to go. So I think with that one, with that preemptive ramble on this Kenobi series, it's hard not to get caught on tangents when you're very passionate about Star Wars, and you do love it, and you always want to see it succeed, and it doesn't always succeed. Star Wars is always a bag of good and bad, and it's a mixed bag, and you have to kind of sift through some stuff sometimes, and you got to focus on the good stuff. And there is some really good stuff in this show, and some great moments, and I'm hoping to see more of that in episode 5. But there's just been some stuff that's just very like eyebrow raisy. Like I'm like, they decided to do it this way. Okay, sure. So without further ado, everyone, let's start episode 5 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Episode 5, part 5. All right, I'm going to do a countdown on the timer. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And this is Reva chasing the secret network stuff. She wants to find out where they are, and that's another thing. That's become another sort of another plot thread of this show. Is they're tying it in with like this thing to do with the path instead. And now they're obviously the episode ended with the episode ended with Reva saying, "I let them go," because Darth Vader didn't go for the killing blow. And it was cool to see Obi-Wan do his little Force Unleashed moment in the cell with the stormtroopers. The lightsaber choreography was a bit strange in that one, where he like smacked a stormtrooper and seemingly the lightsaber like bounced off instead of going through it, which is quite interesting. But it was a cool scene nonetheless. And now we've got Vader forgiving Tala, saying maybe I underestimated you. And then Lola has been marked with a tracker. That was a beautiful moment between Leia and Kenobi on that ship, though. Okay, it's time. It's time. Episode 5 of Kenobi. Trust in the Force. I love how the whole entire internet got confused about the droid in the intro and was like, it's a kitchen sink. And I'm like, it's literally the clock-in droid from Tatooine. It was so funny. Everyone was like, they put a kitchen sink in the intro. I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here, Reva? Are we on Coruscant right now? Oh! I actually fucking crying, dude. I actually fucking crying. Holy fuck, that took me by surprise. There's the back of his head, dude. Oh! Oh my god. Ooh. Oh. I would have loved a bit more flashback, but that's fine. Whew. Here's your little badge and medal for becoming the Grand Inquisitor temporarily. Dude, Darth Vader's voice just sounds so perfect. Oh my god. Oh, just that tiny little bit of fucking flashback. Oh my god. That just like tugged at my heartstrings. It wasn't even an episode 3 flashback, which is what I was kind of expecting it was. It was an episode 2 flashback. They looked so good. They looked so good. Kenobi with his little mullet and Hayden Christensen as Anakin, dude. Just like, it was so short. But my god. I'm gonna need more of that this episode, please. I'm gonna need more of that. You can't just throw that on right at the start for like 5 seconds and not give me a bit more of that. Haja's here. I'm gonna rewatch that scene like 5,000 times, dude. Ugh. That must be hard because he's just like, Leia's so important, and then I need to get back to Tatooine. I don't even want to be here. But that's cool. We're showing some development. Kenobi's like, I'll help. We'll do whatever we can to help. Instead of him being like, hide and live a normal life. He's actually like, coming in. Dude, Vader always looks so good from behind. Are we going to get hyperspace flashbacks with Vader? Is this what this is? No. Okay. More Reva. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, they're going to use Lola to lock down the facility, right? Because it's compromised. Oh, dude, Vader looks so good on screen. Like, he looks incredible on screen. And the voicing is perfect. So intimidating. I'm really just waiting for the actual Grand Inquisitor to just eventually come in and just stab Reva through the chest or something and just be like, well, there's eye for an eye, stomach for a stomach. And then take his little Grand Inquisitor pin back. Oh my god, it's a whole bunch of lightsabers. Wow. In Jedi robes. Wow. I'm surprised Leia doesn't have Lola with her, or isn't thinking about her. Like, Leia loves Lola. She's not even thinking about the droid. He knows Anakin. Oh! Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, this is so perfect. Oh, this is good. Which is why you're gonna lose! That's such a Clone Wars Anakin line. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that shot of the Star Destroyer is fucking good. Okay. There's some good stuff in this episode. That's a great shot, dude. Why isn't Leia thinking about Lola though? They're like this. You have 1 hour. Okay, Kenobi. Oh. Damn, this is looking real good. Kenobi's got that robe on. I like this look for him. I can't get over that. I can't get over those flashback scenes, dude. They look really, really good. Like, you can tell, obviously, it's been 20 years since Attack of the Clones. Like, visually, you can see that. But who cares, dude? Who the fuck cares? Because they look so good. And it's Anakin and Obi-Wan having a sparring match on Coruscant together. And it's episode 2. I genuinely thought we were going to get episode 3 flashbacks. Because it was like maybe the most recent one. Because they're a bit older. But episode 2 was an interesting choice. And it's so satisfying to have Kenobi and Anakin crossing swords in a way that's different to the Mustafar duel. Okay, parting ways for our Grand Inquisitor. Our new Grand Inquisitor Reva. With the Purge Troopers. Light them up! Where's the battering ram cannon from The Last Jedi when you need it? Give me that miniaturized Death Star tech and a battering ram. Oh, I really like how Kenobi's outfit, the robes are the ones that are sleeveless. It's like his mythos outfit. The sideshow 6th scale figure of Kenobi that has like sleeveless Jedi robes. That's really cool. I've got to answer this phone call. Okay, now Leia's gonna see Lola and the wires, right? I assume. Gotta quickly take this phone call from Bale. Oh, he's doing his stance. Oh, wow. Oh, if it doesn't work out, it's like Owen will need help with the boy. Interesting. They're still coming through! Dude, Roken with the bowcaster, though. Ooh, Kenobi's gonna go for... Kenobi's gonna go for negotiations. Yep. I call this aggressive negotiations, Anakin. This camera work is so weird. Here, let me just record Reva's close-up real quick. Dude, the bowcaster, let's go. Dude, Ned B with the gun too, so sick. Oh, they're gonna do... they're gonna do a bit of through-the-door negotiation. Okay. Interesting. Here we go. I've been waiting for this. Very happy with that. Very happy with that. Are we about to get Anakin? Dude, are we about to see Anakin? Yes! We're about to see Lord Vader. Let's go, dude. Oh my god. Oh god, dude. Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we gonna do? Holy shit. How did you get out of there? Oh. Far out, dude. So why are you an Inquisitor? Everybody's been talking about this. Everybody's been expecting something like this. A turn. Or Reva not being who we thought she was. Dude, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, dude. Everyone was talking about Reva being like, something's fucking off about Reva. And being like, maybe she's gonna turn, maybe she's after Vader, because from the very beginning of episode 1, we were like, that's her as a youngling, and that must be how she knows that Anakin is Vader, because she witnessed it take place. Everyone's been talking about it on the internet for so long, dude. So it's actually this is immensely satisfying to see. How the fuck are they not getting absolutely gunned down right now, dude? They have like no cover except that one dude with a shield. Get him, Kenobi. Alright, there you go. There's a dude that died at point blank range. There are so many stormtroopers shooting. How is that not a massacre? The stormtrooper bad aim trope continues, unfortunately. Not even the purge troopers survived. Oh, man. I'm excited. We've got a lot to talk about after this episode. This is a good one. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I really hope that's going to clear up a lot of people's like annoyances and grievances with Reva, because it's good. I like it. I like it. Oh, that was the mother of the child from episode 2. Yeah, fuck him up, Ned B. Oh, that punch, dude. Oh, no. And Tala got shot. There you go. Fucking hell. Ned B. Droids are always a fucking true bro. Oh, we actually got a lightsaber going through the stormtrooper. There you go. Fuck. Used himself as a shield at the end. Ah. She should have thrown it towards him. Okay. Oh my god. Dude. He has one. He has one. His weapon is the Force. Oh my god, dude. Yo. They got it. Come on, man. Reva and Kenobi team up against Vader. People have been talking for ages about how Kenobi's going to help Reva turn. All he's focused on is Kenobi. Kenobi is all that matters. I like this. I like this. It is a shame that the internet has been in such chaos for so long to get to this moment. It's like this episode or this series should have just been released in bulk so people could watch the whole thing and make up their minds before like shouting all over the internet in chaos before we get the full story, you know? Kenobi's gonna win because he's the master. Let's go. Win this. He got out. Master versus apprentice. Oh my god, it's so cool to see them doing this. Anakin, that was like a... You gotta be careful. Anakin's gonna fucking... Your weapon is your life. Oh, dude, having this episode just happen concurrently with episode 2 flashbacks like that of them training is so perfect. Especially with the fact that the Brotherhood novel just came out recently too. Because yeah, the Brotherhood novel came out recently, which is episode 2, Anakin and Obi-Wan as well, which is actually really cool. So they're really developing that era of the relationship. Okay. She's like, okay, problem solved. Lola, I wasn't even thinking about you this whole time. I really love how this episode is a training lesson between Obi-Wan and Anakin in the past about his need for victory and his failings as a Padawan, which are domino affecting into him as Lord Vader. Because his training was never completed because he fell to the dark side and he still has those same failings, those same trappings. And Kenobi knows him well. He's known him for, 10 years of training and also the Clone Wars as well. No! Haja, that's fucking careless. What the hell? Why is Haja just dropping all of his belongings on the ground, including the fucking communications device, dude? Come on. Oh! Let's go, Vader! Oh! Yo, that's right, baby. He's breaking that shit down. It's a decoy ship, Vader. Oh my god. Oh. Bamboozled, my guy. The lightsaber is not his only weapon. Oh! This weapon is your life, Anakin. It's so good to see them together. It's so good to see them together. Kenobi's still here, though. Or did he make it off? Oh, no, it's Reva. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Here you go, everyone. Here's the moment everyone has been waiting for. The moment everyone's been waiting for. Oh, dude, Vader with the dodges and just the force control of the lightsaber. Oh, this is so sick. Oh, the fucking second blade comes out finally. Let's go. The spinny saber comes out. He's not scared of that. Oh, he's just gonna break it apart. Yep. interesting. He doesn't even want to fight with his own saber. He's just like, I'm going to fight with half of yours. Again, fighting only with one hand because he toys with his opponents. Oh, the saber throw! Dude, that choreography was good. Let's fucking go, man. Oh, Vader's gonna see the youngling in her. Yep. No fucking way, man. Fuck, dude. That was fucking poetry. Oh my god. Yes, and there's the Grand Inquisitor. Fucking knew it, baby. In his second stomach, he's just fucking chilling the whole time. Let's fucking go, dude. He's just chilling. Now everyone can chill out. Like a rat in the desert. You can all chill out now. There he is. Alive and well. Dude, this has been good shit, man. This has been good. This was everything I wanted, minus Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon. Everything I wanted except Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon so far. This episode is answering everybody's questions, I hope, and fears and worries, because it was good. Far out, dude. That scene between this whole scene between Vader and Reva is spectacular, dude. So her blade, when it activates the second one, the second the other semicircle comes out and she's got a spinny saber. Everyone thought that she didn't have the spinny saber because it was only a semicircle. But that's really cool. We have to go back. We have to go back. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And Obi-Wan's not there. Oh, fuck. I was very excited this episode, so I was very excited this episode, so I'm sorry if that was a lot, but I just could not contain my excitement, because that was insane. Oh my god, okay. That episode was absolutely everything that I could have wanted at this point in the story to come after episode 4, and I am very happy about it. We got a lot of answers. Now, the internet freaked the fuck out over the Grand Inquisitor, and I never did, because I'm like, dude, he's obviously alive. People just can't wait to see a story actually pan out before, like, shitting on it and being like, breaking canon, you know? So I'm glad that this has finally happened, so everyone can go, oh, perhaps I overreacted. It was perfect. We got the why Reva knows Anakin. We got that answer, and it was what everyone was speculating as potential answers, was she witnessed the attack on the temple. She was the youngling at the very beginning, which we identified very early on. And so she was able to witness Vader attacking the temple and is a survivor. Played dead. And I just think that's great. And how she was, she's gone through all this effort, doing what she's doing to infiltrate the ranks and to, try and get close to Vader to take him out. But Vader saw through that one immediately. He saw through that one. He's like, you think I didn't know? Because it's just a test for Vader. It's just fun for him, because Vader is Vader. And it's so cool to see that just confirmed and all laid out on screen, to have him allow Reva to get so close as a test, only to fail right at the end. That was really, really well done. I loved that connection. The flashbacks, my God, we got episode 2 and 3 flashbacks. And I really love the theme of this episode, which was highlighting how well Kenobi knows Anakin and how much that translates into the current time period. Having the lesson of the episode be Anakin versus Kenobi in training, only for us to get he was so focused on Kenobi, he's so tunnel vision that he freaks out immediately, pulls the ship down, they're in here, rips the ship apart, and it allows them to get away because he's freaking out. And this is again for the people in episode 3 that were freaking out because they're like, Vader could have just used the Force or pull him or do all this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, he did. He chose not to, because he knew that he saw that Kenobi had an ally rescue him. It could lead him to more than just, taking him as he was. And Kenobi was in no condition to fight at that point in episode 3. That Vader was like, this isn't what I wanted. I want him to suffer, but I want him to be able to put up a fight. I don't want to just snuff out this withering, depressed fool. I want him to suffer. I want to fight him and beat him, not have him already be beaten. So I never had an issue with that either. It was only episode 4 that I was like, having a bit of a concern about the pacing and silliness of episode 4, but episode 5 has just swung it right back around. This was spectacular. The flashbacks to episode 2 with the match was amazing. Episode 3, flashbacks to Order 66, we got to see Hayden Christensen as episode 2 and 3 Anakin, and I think that is an absolute blessing to see him again, and he looks beautiful. He looks so good, and the fight choreography was amazing between them. I'm just gonna need to edit together all of the episode 2 training sequence and just ingest all of it, because it was just so good to see. And while you can tell that it's not they don't look like they're from episode 2, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that. It looks amazing. It's Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Oh my God, I'm so happy with that. The duel with Vader versus Reva as well, just dodging things, using the Force, just toying with her. It was so good, breaking the saber in half, fighting with it. And then just easily just fucking toying around with it. It was perfect. Vader was perfect in this episode. Kenobi was perfect. Everything was so good. I think they made Tala's death very, very dramatic, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are not very connected with her character at all, and I am one of them. I felt like it was just, they were doing a whole thing where it's sad death. I mean, it's what it represents, I think. Which is why that scene is there, because Tala's death represents more than just her own death. She's helped a lot of people with what she's done. Her death is a blow for their group, because she's integral to it. but like looking at it from a story perspective and how it actually plays out, it's a very sad death for their group, for the Path, because, like I said, she was integral to it. But yeah, it was like Kenobi was so upset. Like Kenobi was so upset. Like he just lost Satine. You know what I mean? Like more than losing Satine. I think Kenobi didn't need to maybe freak out so much. Maybe be sad about it, but you know, he just like went. He was like full of like Chala. But holy crap! I'm gushing over this episode, and that I think that shows. And yeah, sorry if I got way too overexcited during. I'm just way too hype. That was so amazing. Seeing Vader's display of power and his skills, and oh, dude, it's good. It's amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as well, because this was so good, and this is a relief for me, because I was so worried going into this episode. I'm like, oh my god, what's going to happen? But it was everything that I wanted, and now I just really need Qui-Gon to show up in episode 6. I just need Qui-Gon to show up, and then he looks directly at the camera and goes, I'm going to give you more training in season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then we get it, or something, okay? Because that's when we start getting Kenobi, you know, coming into his own. Not coming into his own. What kind of statement is that for Kenobi? Coming back into, you know, the Jedi that we see towards episode 4, where he's actually able to defend himself and protect Luke. Because that's another thing. Haja's carelessness there has now resulted in the location of the children being given up. The children, Tatooine and the boy with Owen. And Reva has already had an encounter with Owen. So Luke is now in danger. I don't think that will be too concerning, because we know that Vader is just blissfully unaware of Luke's existence. So I think that might get nipped in the bud. Reva might go there herself. And that's the thing. I want you to remember this is Reva has also now been stabbed, and she is going to survive, because when the Inquisitor rocks up, he talks about how, you know, the need for revenge keeps you alive. Reva will pull through. She's going to try and figure out a way to get to Tatooine, I think. But I don't think she'll do it through Vader, you know, because that conflicts with some stuff. So everyone's freak out about breaking canon. Hopefully we'll chill out now, because, like, come on. Like, it was clear the reasons why they did it. They wanted to put Reva in the spotlight, and it's even so much more of a gotcha moment, not only for Reva but for the audience, to be like, look, all you guys freaked out, and it's a gotcha moment that they were just leading Reva along because she was, you know, very tenacious about getting Kenobi, that like, fuck it, just like let her be her own downfall. And then Grand Inquisitor walks out and he's just like, sup, I'll take my badge back now. So good. I'm so pleased. It answered a lot of questions, and hopefully people will now stop being so harsh for no reason, because this is the problem with a show that releases in episodes, because we don't have the full story, and people are like freaking out when it's just like the story has not yet been told in its entirety. And that's a big problem, is people do not have patience, and it's like Star Wars has aimed from the very beginning to teach patience. You know, I've been waiting to see how the show will pan out as a whole. You know, they should have dropped it just in bulk, so then, like I said, people could just watch it all instead of watching an episode, crying for a week, and then getting the answers the next week. You know, because it's just so much unnecessary hatred. I was very happy with this across the board, and yeah, maybe that would be kind of the why Reva was being so weird and cartoonish villain-wise with Leia, is because she's just like, maybe there isn't like a genuine part of her that actually wants to go through with it. Like there's a bit of restraint there, and she's just kind of like, yeah. But I don't know. It's interesting. It was still silly, but it's fine. But that was episode 5. That was part 5 of Kenobi. I'm very, very happy with that one. That was an incredible episode. I cannot wait to see episode 6 now. We're back up, baby. I've had new life breathed into me. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen to close out this season. I really do hope this does get another season and they continue the series, because they can definitely tell more stories that don't involve Kenobi needing to go off planet per se. There's a lot that can take place on Tatooine. There's a lot that can take place around that, with the character. So we'll see how we go. Episode 6, hoping for Qui-Gon, and we're definitely going to get some sort of Vader and Obi-Wan confrontation. I'm really curious as to how it's going to play out with Tatooine and Luke and Reva knowing about that, and yeah, I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. But this was amazing. We'll just see what happens next week. So thank you so much for joining me for my watch-along reaction, where I just literally cried and screamed and jumped for joy out of appreciation for what I just got shown. And I will see you next week for another watch-along reaction, and we will see if it's more of the same. It's going to be the end of a very significant event in the history of Star Wars. This is Star Wars history right here with the Kenobi series, and I can't wait to see how it ends. So thank you so much for joining me for the watch-along reaction to Kenobi, and I'll see you next week.